Okay. Can you hear me fine with Emmett's video? Okay. All right. So how do you stick with it? That's something all entrepreneurs probably ask themselves. I was struck in Hebrews by the reminder of this cloud of witnesses and this long story of our lives and even longer narrative of God. It goes on to talk about how there are so many of these faithful individuals who had moments of progress and incredible things happen. And there are all these things to be able to celebrate. And then there are also so many of those who have been tortured and tormented. It talks about all of them in this passage and how they didn't receive what was promised. And I think I'm recognizing how I live on the assumption that all promises will be answered in my timeline. But now I'm thinking about this longer narrative of the work of our hands and the work of our lives. In comparison to the troubles they were talking about in living an arduous life of faith, that it's risky, that it's worth it, even if at the end of the day, at the end of the month, at the end of the year, the decade, or the lifetime, it doesn't turn out perfectly in the way that you would imagine. This cloud of witnesses is that we are not alone and that we actually exist within a communal faith that spans time and place and generation. We can tend to be so individualistic about our personal journeys, but we can take great comfort and responsibility and conviction around being part of this broader community of faith. And then in Hebrews 12, it says, therefore, since we are surrounded by such a huge crowd of witnesses to the life of faith, let us strip off every weight that slows us down, especially the sin that so easily trips us up, and let us run with endurance the race God has set before us. We do this by keeping our eyes on Jesus, the champion who initiates and perfects our faith. Because of the joy awaiting him, he endured the cross, disregarding its shame. Now he is seated in the place of honor beside God's throne. And yesterday I actually read a verse from Joseph was talking, and he was talking to his brothers, and he said, you intended to harm me, but God intended it all for good. He brought me to this position so I could save the lives of many people. No, don't be afraid. I will continue to take care of you and your children. So I don't know if you guys know the story of Joseph. I'll try to sum it up really short. But he was his father's favorite, so his brothers were already jealous of him. But God had ended up giving him a dream saying that his brothers and his family would bow down to him. And Joseph, in his wise young age, just decided that he would tell his brothers, they were all going to be bowing down to him, about the dream he had had. And so it just made him more angry. And so his brothers decided to kill him. And last minute, instead of killing him, out of a little bit of compassion for one of his brothers, they ended up selling him into slavery. And so Joseph had this long journey of, it had some highs, but it had a whole lot of lows of just being in slavery, being in prison, getting in trouble. And then he ended up in a position where there was a king who needed a dream interpreted. So he had interpreted that king's dream, and it was that there was going to be 7 years of abundance and harvest, and then 7 years of drought. And so the king appointed Joseph to prepare for that. So during those 7 years of abundance, he prepared and stored up food. That way, when the drought came, that they could take care of all of the people. And so when the drought came, his brothers and his family ended up coming to him and bowing down to him, like in that dream said. And he ended up like taking care of them and also all the other people. But he was saying when his brothers came, he was not mean or resentful or anything towards them. He said that what you intended to harm me, God intended all for good. And he brought me to this position so I could save the lives of many people. And she says in the other studies, we have a really individualistic view of our journeys a lot of times. And we just see the small picture, which, I mean, it's normal because we're not God and we are human. But that's why it's so important just to keep your eyes on God and to know that there is a bigger picture. And sometimes what man and even Satan intends to harm you or for bad, God can and always will use it for good. So just kind of wanted to encourage everybody to just stay hopeful and keep your eyes fixed on him and know there's a bigger purpose to everything. And that was it.
That was really good. I feel like it once again kind of ties in with what I'm talking about and just controlling your mindset and seeing God's purpose. I am going to dig into, I don't know if you did Emily Gibson's training that some of us did this past week, but day 5, she talked a lot about leadership. So if you did that, you're going to hear me repeat a lot of it. I'm going to do my best to not repeat myself because my notes are all over the place. It's some of her and some of me. So we'll just bear with me on that. But I'm going to talk about what she did. So in her training, she said that only 10% of people are natural leaders. And that's actually a really good thing because that means 90% of us are not natural leaders. But leadership is a learned skill. So if we're not a natural leader, we can still work for it and we can still get there, which is what most of us have to do. There's very few people that just naturally come by it and can do all the things with not a problem. So when you're quiet after this is over, your team being really good is reliant on how you show up and how you lead, and you have to take ownership of it. And then she talked a little bit about how leaders get worn out. We get burnt out and we think if we change this, if we change the circumstances, then we'll fix the problem. If we say, I'm exhausted, I'm burnt out, it must be my company, it must be my upline, it must be our products, it must be because our website's having trouble. If I just find a new company and start again, then that will fix it. But it's actually the leadership roadblock. So you will continue with if you continue on to that new company with your same thoughts, and you're going to hit your leadership top anywhere you go. So you'll feel like you're having successes at first because you start at the bottom and you're working the way up with the skills that you already have and that you already know, but you're going to hit your leadership top again. You're going to hit that roadblock and you're going to feel like you failed again. So no matter how many times you change companies, you're going to hit that. It's not going to make a difference. So you have to, sorry, they made me lose my train of thought for a second. You have to be willing to work on your leadership skills and yourself every single day, every week, every month, so that you don't have a leadership top and that you can keep growing so that you can be successful in the business that you're in. And we've talked so many times about why Plexus is such an incredible business with our comp plan, our products. I was talking to Kara the other day about how I guess I've just taken the products so much that I don't even like talk about it as much as I should, about how they make me feel. And like the other day, it was like 2 o'clock. I was putting one of the kids down for a nap and I was so tired. I just almost laid down with them, but I went up and mixed my Slim and Active, and like I felt so much better after that. I was able during their nap time, able to get so much done that I almost slept through. So I just think of like all the other moms out there who don't have these supplements to help them get through their days. And we have a company that is generous, that has been very good to us, and then also have amazing products. So we have to remember that whenever we're working for it. So what can you do to develop yourself as a leader? She talked about getting feedback from people around you. She had a form that just kind of asked questions like, what are you doing to train others? What are we doing well? What's not well? And things like that. And she said, even just like filling out that form, I can share some of the questions with you guys in the chat. I don't remember them all off the top of my head, but just filling out that form, even for yourself, to like check in with yourself. What am I doing? Am I showing up? But you also have to be very mindful that if you're not working on yourself and you're blaming everyone else, saying that my business isn't successful because they don't give me enough attention because of the problems with website, all the things I mentioned before, then you're never going to get past that. You have to be willing to grow. Your results are 100% of the time by what you think. So the results you get 100% of the time are from what you think. This is from Emily, but that means that you can change them. And I feel like God has checked Kara, Bailey, and I so much in this area lately of helping us understand, like, when life is hard, that everything that you have to do is hard. So I understand so much that when life is really hard, it's hard to get the strength to do all the things. It's hard to be in control of your mindset, but you have to pull yourself out of it. Unfortunately, no one else really truly is going to do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. And I feel like I've heard from so many of us just being stuck, but these past couple months have been really hard for myself. And if I wouldn't have been filling my time in my mind with God's word, self-development, Christian books, I could have been in such a hard spot every day. But every time that I had the thoughts of I wanted to just crawl in a hole, I wanted to be angry that day, I wanted to be sad that day, and that's just what it was, I had to remind myself, you have to get it together. And I would do something about it. I would listen to something that's going to help me. Certain books that I've read these past couple of weeks, like, to completely change my thought process, but even something as simple as turning on worship music, digging into the word, or going to pray, like all of that makes a difference. And then I would have to remind myself that I am worthy and that I was made for a purpose and I'm strong and I can get through this. And the one really amazing thing about God's love is that it's not based on me or what I do or what I'm showing up, but it's placed on me every single day. He has a plan, he has a purpose, and it is always better than the one we have. And we were created for a purpose, for a reason. But you have to know who you are, and you have to know that God is the source of your identity. So you can't let any of those thoughts or any of those things control you moving forward. You have to pull yourself out of it. And this same thing goes for my business. When I'm stuck in my business, when I'm saying, I can't do this, I'm not growing, it's not getting better, I have to pull myself out of it. And if I just sit there and dwell on it every single day, that's exactly where I'm going to stay. But if I start plugging myself into what's going to make a difference and what is going to make me grow, like prayer, self-development, podcasts, books, and team calls, things like this, and showing up, that is what's going to make your grow. This business, the financial part of this business, has truly changed my life. We've shared our stories many times. You guys know that. But I know that this business is going to continue to change my life. Where it's at right now, it's not done. I'm not done. I have lots of other things to do in this world. And so I know that I'm not done with this business, and it's going to continue to change my life. So for me, just dwelling on the bad spot and stopping is not an option. I want it to change. So to do that, how do we do that? We have to take responsibility. We have to own everything, and we have to be willing to fix it. Like I said, doing self-development, we preach on that all the time, but I never understood how truly important it was until I started doing it myself. I thought, I don't need to hear that stuff. It's so important. You have to control your mindset. And so many of us are waiting to be motivated to get started, but the motivation never comes. The consistency in your business is what changes your business. You have to dig down deep, and you have to decide things are going to change. Something Emily shared was everything you do, you are doing on purpose by what you are thinking, even if you don't realize that. Like, I'm never successful. I can never get past this. I can never get anyone to answer my questions or answer whatever I ask them to join. But that is wrong. You have to develop belief in yourself. You have to develop discipline, and you have to show up for yourself. A lot of times, if you're thinking those things, you're saying you're also going to do all these things, but you're not truly showing up and doing them. You're just saying you will. So you have to, she said, getting a planner, writing down. We talk all the time about writing our goals and stuff like that. Writing down what you are going to do and holding yourself accountable, no matter how bad your day is or anything like that, holding yourself accountable and doing it anyway. I know one girl in the Jewel group was sharing how she had a team call and got on, and she was the only one on there, but she told herself that she was going to do it. So she did it anyway, and she showed up anyway, and doing things like that and learning from how to do it better. So I just really encourage you that if you say you're going to do something, if you say you're going to help on a team call, a Bible study, things like that, that you show up and do it no matter what. So now I want to take just a minute and reflect on all of us. So you can write this down. I really encourage you to put it in the chat and just do this with us. So for a second, I want you to think about what has this business already done for you. So if you want to share, you can put it in the chat. At least write it down. Once again, remind yourself that you need to do the things. So don't just say someone else will answer. What has this business done for you? Allow me to stay home. to quit your job, get extra income. Okay, so now what have these products already done for you? Like I mentioned before, we have incredible products. We're not just out there hoping someone will buy something so we can get money. Like these are truly incredible products that are changing lives. What have these products done for you? They've given me energy. They've made me feel so much better. And I want you to remember those things when you are sharing with other people. When you're trying to get other people to join you, I want you to remember that you're not just pushing something on them, that you are truly giving them life-changing things, either through products or the financial opportunity. And what is your why? We've talked about this a lot. Keeping your why in your head is so important. What is your why of why maybe the products are the most important to you in this business so far? So what is your why of why you're going to continue on with these products, why you have to have them? Or what is your why of why you're working this business? To give your family better lives, to have more freedom, time freedom, financial freedom. And then I want you to think about what is going to happen. Okay. What is going to happen for you if you reach your goal? So you had your ultimate goal in this company. How is your life going to change once you reach that goal? And write that somewhere and post it and remind yourself every day that if you work really hard and you keep yourself going and you don't let hit your leadership top, what's going to happen when you reach your ultimate goal? And then just this one, you don't have to write down because it's not a positive, but what would happen if you were just to quit? If you were just to quit and not move any farther with this, what would happen? What would life be like? And then choose which one of those you would rather have. Most likely reaching your goal. All right, Kara, I'll let you pass it on to you.
Okay. Just to I guess, verify some of the things that she just said. I understand being in a bad headspace. I've definitely been there plenty times, but like she said, the important thing is not allowing yourself to stay there and always picking yourself up. And even this morning, I told you, I had the stomach bug all day yesterday and I did not eat anything. And I woke up and I was feeling completely drained. I didn't have any energy or anything like that. And I'm texting my sisters and we're kind of talking back and forth a little bit about the team call and what we're going to talk about. And I got some food in me. So I started feeling a little bit better, but my Amanda called me and she's like, this is what I want to talk about today. And she just started sharing with me all of the stuff that she just shared with you guys. And her doing that instantly shifted my mindset and how I was feeling and brought excitement and things about my business for this day, just because that's what personal development does for me a lot in the morning times. If I'm listening to a leadership podcast or I'm listening to a book or whatever that's directed towards my business, I tend to get excited and ready to work. And those emotions lead to the activity and it's making those things motivate you. And that's exactly what that did this morning. And it's just confirmation that this works. And what I've noticed too is the way that I'll even show up online completely will depend on my mindset. And, whenever you're in a good mindset and things like that, you're showing up more positive online and you're, showing it not necessarily more positive, but, you'll be in stories more and you'll be sharing more personal things online and stuff like that. And that excitement reaches out to your audience. And then in turn, we're attracting those people that we want to do this business with us. On the other hand, whenever we're in a bad mindset, we're either showing up negatively online or we're not showing up online at well. So then our business is going to suffer because we're not even attracting anybody at that point, or we're attracting people that we don't necessarily, I don't want to attract people that are complaining and negative all the time. That's not the type of team that I want to have. So that stuff always stays not online. And whenever you reach jewel level in Plexus or you reach diamond, they add you to, a new Facebook group. You're in a new jewel Facebook group, and then you're in a new diamond Facebook group. And the groups are great, but sometimes they're not, because a lot of times that's whenever a lot of the issues are being hashed out. And at the end of December, or maybe it was November, at the end of one of these months, somebody was talking about their points going backwards, and they were upset. Like, this was a diamond that was sharing this. They were upset with the company, and they were upset with Plexus and what they were doing. And like, they made this post, and what happened whenever they made this post about it being negative is all of these other diamonds that was feeling the same way that she was feeling started talking about it. And I was reading all of these comments, and it just like, this like fear is what like started coming, because you're like reading all of these other things. And then there was one girl in there, her name's Fallon Reed. I would definitely recommend you guys following her. But she decided to comment on this, and she completely talked about how her business is excelling. And she talks about how she is constantly focusing on developing people and developing leaders. And she's somebody that, you know, if you follow her at all, is constantly pouring into herself. She coaches her team. She coaches herself. She's reading self-development books all the time. And she definitely did a check in that space that our thoughts are what's controlling our business, and like not inducing that fear and all of that stuff. But just reading her post and having that completely shifted my mindset in that instant, and reminded me that I have full control of everything that's going on, and have full control of what I'm pouring into myself, and like how I'm developing other people. Fallon Reed is her name, Pamela. But it's just another validation that your mindset matters and where your business is going. I was taking notes while Amanda was talking because I wanted to say stuff about what she was saying. So I'm looking at those. Another thing that I wanted to, before I get into this last thing, another thing that I want to challenge you guys to do this next week is I want to challenge you guys to push yourself out of your comfort zone. Make a, like, on Facebook, make a personal post about this opportunity and what it's done for you. Make a personal post about these products and what it's done, not all in the same day, space it out. Make a personal post about these products and what they've done for you personally, not sharing somebody else's story, but sharing your own products and business. And then also just make a personal post that's just relatable to let your audience get to know you better. So take 3 days each week, write 3 posts that are personal, and put it out there. So it's going to help you just continue to attract more people to yourself and these products. And then do something every day just to make yourself better. Whether figure out the skills, develop those skills, do something to practice making yourself better. If you are really bad at cold message, make a goal for yourself to this week, I'm going to reach out to people every single day in this area. If you're really bad at, you know, showing up online or making reels or making stories or something like that, make a goal to do that to make yourself better each day, and then be pouring into yourself every day. So shifting from that to what's going on with Plexus this month, just want to hopefully you guys have seen a lot of it, but if you haven't, then we can touch base here again. But some of the incentives and promotions that are going on this month is if you order $175 more in product, you're going to get free shipping. If you get to $199, I think that's right, you also get like a hand mixer with your order as well. If you sign up 3 people, you are going to earn a gift card for boots, which if you're going to Nashville, you're probably going to win the boots. They're going to be fun. And then like the gala is not going to be like a fancy gala, but I think it's going to be more like a hoedown. So you can wear your boots there if you, whenever you earn that. Also, the convention contest has started. There are, Maria just took my phone. I had it all broken down on my phone. Okay. Well, I'll just send screenshots of that in a little bit. It's just from the help center. So, but they have all of their prizes. Most of them are either a gift card to My Plexus Print, they are cash, they've got the winner's dinner, they've got the gala. There is a one Plexus card, and in one of the Jules page, they said they believe that that is just like a Visa MasterCard that they're going to give you. Not 100% positive on that, but I know a lot of people were asking like, what's this one Plexus card? So that's what I've heard so far. So what they're really trying to do is, if you look at the contest, they're trying to really push you to sign up people and then create silvers. So every person that you sign up personally, you're getting 20 credits for, and then every time you sign up 3, then you earn whatever incentive is. This month it's the boots. If you earn that incentive, you get like an extra, I think it's 40 credits. I don't have it in front of me. And then whenever you help your level 1s do that, then you're getting credits for each person they sign up. And then if they earn the prize, then you're also getting an extra handful of points, and it goes all the way down. It's okay. It's not that big a deal. Give it back to her. She's crying. Lexi heard me, took the phone. Now Arya's crying. Anyway. And it goes like that all the way to your level 4. So you can earn, it's focusing on team growth. So your personal sponsors, but also as your team adds people, you're also earning credits. Oh, I already talked about that part. But also the last thing is we have come up with, we have it, but Plexus has the share cart, which I think if we can figure this out, that's going to be better than our intentive order form, because it's getting people, like, it's taking all of that extra work, the confusion, I hope, out of the website, because I know a lot of people get confused on welcome packs and all that stuff, and we don't really need the quiz because we're usually discussing that with them beforehand. And then lets you send that direct link to them so that they can check out. But then it's also getting that person familiar with the website, understanding what's going on, seeing the subscription, all of the things, whenever they order, instead of like us just doing it for them and then them being completely like clueless on how the website works. So I really am excited about the share cart. And then we've also got Smart Snacks now. If you came to our Super Saturday event, you got to try those. But they comes in 3 different flavors. They're in a bag of, you get a bag of 9 of them whenever you order. And that's a really great like add-on. Like, I would not be promoting my business with like Smart Snacks, just trying to get people to order that product. But if they are doing weight loss combo, you can add in Smart Snacks to, just help with the extra snacks during the day. Or if you're doing triplex, add on Smart Snacks. No, make that like it's not like a business, oh my gosh, what's the word I'm looking for? Staple. It's not a staple sort of thing. They are good. They are satisfying. It is a great snack option, has your protein in it. It doesn't have very many calories, less than 1 gram of sugar. Definitely great ingredients. I like the Smart Snacks, but like I said, it's better as an add-on. And I think that is all I got. Am I missing anything? Nope. Okay. All right. Well, that's what we have for today. I'm excited to get back on here with you guys today. I know it's been a long month away. So you guys have a great day, and we'll see you on Facebook.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. Hope you feel better, Kara.
I am feeling better now. Thank you.
Good, honey. That stuff's the pits.
Yeah.
You take it easy, sweetie.
You too.
Bye-bye.